Hi everyone, today I'm kicking off a new series of videos called the Brochure series. In the videos, I'm going to be showcasing car brochures with some commentary. For the first episode, I'm going to feature the VT HSV range, the Series 1. Right behind me is a Series 1 Senator, it's a 195i. In the next week or so, there will be a full video on this car. This is the cover of the HSV Series 1 VT brochure. HSV was showcasing the new sleek lines of the VT, being the first all-new Commodore since the VN of 1988. The next two pages cover the VT Senator signature. The car came out standard with 17B8 wheels, a unique chrome insert in the grille, and a unique rear spoiler. The body kit seen here was shared with the GTS and the Clubsport. The Manta had a different body kit. The Senator came standard with leather. Shown here are the optional performance seats. We know these as the Coulsons. There isn't a major focus in the brochure about the engines of the new VT. HSV does reference the newly developed 195i V8 Heartbeat. Since there's no focus on the motors in the VT range, I'm going to talk about them. This is the 195i, 195 kilowatts, 430 newton meters of torque. When you compare that to, say, the VNSS Group A, that had 215 kilowatts at 20 kilowatts more, but it had 19 newton meters less, and that was with a dual throttle body. So the motor was quite torquey for a little 5 litre at the time. The 220i was standard on the GTS, optional on the Senator sedan and wagon. It had 220 kilowatts and maintained the same torque as the VS, 475 newton meters, but did gain the 5 kilowatts over the 215 VS. Over the page is the HSV VT Clubsport. The VT Clubsport now features 5-spoke 17B8 wheels, shares the same body kit as the GTS and the Senator with the exception of the rear wing. On the previous VR-VS model, the only model to have the silver on the lower skirts and bars was the Senator models for both VR and VS, but VT, they tried to change it up and flip that around. Senator now had one colour, and the Clubsport and the GTS had the silver accents on the lower bars and skirts. The VT GTS was definitely the king of the HSV range. It was released with Holden's first 18-inch wheel in a 5-spoke design. The GTS was executive based just like the Clubsport, so it didn't miss out on some goodies like climate control, which the Senator had, but it did get standard Coulson seats in a very unique GTS cloth, optional leather, and it also had the optional premium brakes, which is shown on this page. This is the VT HSV Manta. It's the entry-level HSV. It featured the 195i V8. This one is more similar to the VTSS in appearance. It does share the Clubsport 5-spoke 17-inch wheels. It has a unique body kit with a twin nostril grille and rear spoiler that's unique to the Manta, and a lip kit front and back on the standard bars. The side skirt is also unique to the Manta. It's not as bulky as the other models. On the inside, it's a similar formula to the Clubsport, just has your basic cloth seats in Manta fabric. For the VT, HSV released a HSV Senator wagon. In the past, they used to use executive-based cars. For example, the VS, they used the Manta, the VR, the Clubsport wagon, the VP, the Sport wagon, and the VN was an in-between, with the LE, which was Berliner-based. When the VT was released, there was no VT Ute. So HSV updated the VS. They added the 5-spoke wheels, which look similar to the VT Clubsport, but they ran in 7-inch instead of 8-inch. You also had the optional dynamic rear wing. The rear 185i badge was updated to the VT graphics. Late in the run, the 195i roller motor did make it into the VS Maloo, but that was in 99 and early 2000. Inside, it was very similar to the previous Maloo. The fabric was updated and it did have Maloo written on the fabric. Interesting to note is the VS Grange is not in this brochure. They did carry that over, including the 185i engine and the optional 215 from the VS. The second last page just shows most of the interiors. On the left, you've got the Clubsport interior, which is standard. In the middle, You got the VT GTS with the standard Coulson seats in fabric. Top right, you have the optional Coulson seats in leather for the Senator, and bottom right, you've got the standard Senator seats wrapped in leather. The back of the brochure shows that it was printed in August 1997. It also features the new slogan for HSV, HSV VT, the difference is why. To wrap up the first episode of the Brochure series, I've got the VT TV commercial.
To become an Australian legend takes years of dedication and experience, a desire to keep pushing the boundaries of performance, not forgetting the luxury of the latest quality appointments. It's no wonder the Europeans are sitting up and taking notice. Test drive the new HSV VT at your HSV retailer and discover what's captured the imagination of Australia's most demanding drivers.